Pete Nowaskey here. We are at the Little Evil Performance Show in Bradford, Minnesota. This is the original Performance Harley show. Everybody, we are out here in Bradford, Minnesota at the Little Evil original performance bike. Yeah, are you Curtis Hoffman?
Are you Pete Nowaskey?
Look at the legendary Curtis Hoffman. What a pleasure. Thank you, Curtis. All right, so where was I? Yeah, so we're at the original performance bike show that Little Evil puts on. Nowaskey is a title sponsor for the event here in Bradford and also in Sturgis. So it's gonna be huge in Sturgis. It's gonna be great. We got a lot of things going on. So as you can see here, we have a very big display of our bikes. We have Redemption here, Jake's Bagger. We have Paisley King. Tyler Flom won that bike on our giveaway last year. We're gonna deliver it to him in Sturgis. The legendary Bone Crusher is here. Of course, we got Shop Bike and Slicks, two stunt bikes going on. And if you look in the tent back there, I know it's a performance show, but we had to bring one of our classic lay frame Softails. So yeah, we got that one back there. So we got Rick Ward showed up. This is one of his new heavy hitter M8 builds. I think this thing is pushing 200 horse. Here's a Hoffman build. This one's for sale. So Curtis, this is one of his personal bikes or shop bikes, so he's looking to get rid of that. Look at this. This is one of the new CVO RRs. Pretty epic. This is a six-figure bike. It's Harley's race replica. It's pretty cool. Look at this guy, huh? This is Kelvin, one of our customers. Full Nowaskey suspension, front and rear. Brembo radial brake upgrades that we did. Trask Assassin Turbo and Thunder Max installed and tuned by Nowaskey. That's pretty awesome. Tigers is here. They're a great supporter of events all over the country. I'm sure you've all have seen them. Tanner is the Minnesota rep. Tanner.
Hey, what's going on?
So let's tell the Nowaskey audience a little bit about Law Tigers quick, Tanner, and what you got going on.
Law Tigers Minnesota here. I represent the marketing for Minnesota State, but Law Tigers is nationwide. You can get our assistance by calling 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visiting lawtigers.com. We are motorcycle attorneys who ride and are local in your state. We will talk to you for free. We'll take your case for free. If we don't win your case, you don't owe us a dime. Over the last 20 years, we've recovered more than $1 billion for riders in personal injury cases. That's my elevator pitch for you guys. Thanks for watching.
So this is Kurt Peterson. Kurt, get ready to be on camera here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pass the mic off to Kurt. You just gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Kurt, just tell our audience here a little bit about the show and the charities the money's going to, all right?
Okay. Yeah, years ago I used to do a show out of my shop up in northern Minnesota, and when the city of Perham asked me to do a ride during their Turtle Fest, I said the only way I would do it is if I could do it to support a veterans charity. And that's when I met Dale from Project New Hope. So since 2012, every year, we've figured out a way to raise money for Project New Hope. Once I retired and closed my shop down, moved down here, Brad and Kathy, the owners of Bradford, had asked me if I wanted to do a bike show, and it was the same response. Great way for me to keep raising money for Project New Hope, but I wanted to do a performance show. There were enough pretty bike shows and Easter egg shows and chopper shows and bagger shows, so I've always been into performance. And
like
so,
9 years, right?
Yeah.
Like 9 years now?
Yeah, this will be the 9th out in Sturgis. The original performance series.
Kurt's a performance guy like
the
whole Nowaskey crew, so we've always been.
Hot rods, yeah. If you're gonna make it go bang, make it go bang big.
Right. And it's not that we don't care about styles and trends and stuff. Like we've built all kinds of bikes, but they've always had performance.
Correct.
As like the core.
Correct. Paint is cool, bodywork is cool, handlebars are cool, stereos are cool, all that stuff is cool. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to ride my motorcycle, and if I put 300 miles on a Saturday or 500 miles on a Saturday, when I park it in my garage and I throw the kickstand down, I want to turn around and look at my bike and say, I'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not, fuck you, I'll see you next Saturday. So we do this every year now for both Project New Hope, and because I'm involved at Magnus, part of the proceeds will go to Magnus Veterans Foundation in Dayton, and then our performance show, the 9th annual, I think it is this year in Sturgis at the Iron Horse, all that money goes to Sacred Mount Retreat Center in Deadwood. So it's all about giving back, and giving back to to charities that really need it, and you know every dollar is going to help the cause. It's not we have overhead or we have salaries to pay or we're paying for commercials, and it takes, I'll just say this, I'm extremely blessed that you and I got to talk at the Donnie Smith show, and for you to understand the passion and what we were trying to accomplish, and both being a couple of gearheads and making that passion for horsepower and performance turn into something that will support people that gave us the freedom to actually experience that is pretty awesome. So you guys coming on as presenting sponsors for both shows means a lot to me.
Well, let's talk about that. So we're
Yes.
here at Bradford, Minnesota.
Yep.
This is just kind of the warm-up for the Big Daddy.
It is.
Sturgis,
It is.
right?
It is. Tuesday, August 5th at the world famous Iron Horse Saloon, right dead center in the middle of it all.
Middle of the Sturgis, middle of the week.
Some of the biggest and baddest performance motorcycles from the nation are going to be there. So, you know, if you think you got what it takes, show up. We're going to recognize you.
Yes. There's going to be some like epic trophies and prizes, right?
Absolutely.
Like, we're bringing the heat this year.
Absolutely. Between donations from our other sponsors like Ward and Hoffman Designs and Clockworks, going to be some great stuff for the competitors, and at the same time we're raising money for Sacred Mountain. So what better way to have a good day in Sturgis than to hang out with a bunch of motorheads like Dale. And what we do at Project New Hope, that weekend-long retreat isn't just for a veteran struggling with PTSD. We invite their spouses. We encourage them to bring their children. So there's individual counseling, there's couples counseling, there's family counseling, there's kids activities. Because let's face it, most of what doesn't get shared by people that suffer from PTSD leaves the people around them wondering what's wrong with them. And it's not anything other than support and love that you can give them. As a PTSD sufferer myself, I don't want empathy, I don't want sympathy, I don't want anybody to try and fix me. I'm not even trying to make you understand what I go through. But to have a wife and to have friends and to have people around you that support you in your fight, it matters. And you know, whether it's a couple being affected by it or a family being affected by it, that moves on to their employer and their career. And so that ripple effect goes far deeper than anybody really realizes.
Positive and negative, or negative and positive.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'd like to mention too, just in what you're saying, like the effects of you know, someone that has PTSD or these issues, it almost hurts the family more than the person. Like, based on what you said, like, I can deal with it, but what about the people around you? So this counseling or support for the spouses and family members is huge, because they're suffering too.
It is, and it lets them know that the veterans' behavior isn't their fault. It also lets them know that they can't fix it. But if you encourage them to fight for themselves and you do the same as a spouse, the stronger you become as an individual within that family network, the stronger the family network becomes.
Sure.
The more support that begins happening naturally. So, yeah. So both organizations, Project New Hope and Magnus Veterans Foundation, have social media pages. You can search them on Facebook, find them. Once you click there is a way for you to donate directly to either one of those charities. We've put it out and we've advertised that if for some reason you have a problem with that, you can reach out to me directly, and we'll get you an address you can send a check to. Every penny matters, and they're going to get everything we raised today.
And so, Kurt, if it's one of our followers, they can just contact us and we can put them in touch with you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
I must be sick before I can get well.
All right, well, so I'm drinking a Liquid Death here. Hopefully we get a Liquid Death sponsor someday. I love this sparkling water. So we're closing out the event here at the Bradford Pub and Grub, the Little Evil performance show. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure my forehead is sunburned. We're just gonna kind of take our time loading things up and wrapping things up here, and we're gonna head home. So 4:16, 5, 6, 7 or 8 o'clock tonight we should be back. So that'll do it for the day, I guess. So until Sturgis.
Click here to subscribe. Click here to see our other YouTube videos. Click here just because I said so.
What I can't brush off rubs off onto you.